because little kids are going to want the same number of things and they don't care about the price. Like if they're noticing like, oh, that kid got 5 presents and I only got like one big one or 2 or whatever. But I don't know. It's a good question. I guess it just depends. My favorite answer. How is everyone feeling right now? How's everyone feeling with Christmas coming up? I asked this question on Instagram today because I've been talking to some very sweet friends of mine, and they're both like wrapping up their Christmas shopping and a little bit stressed out about it because they're like trying to get presents for everyone. And in my family, my family's not the healthiest. We're also not the least healthiest, but we don't get each other presents anymore. And we agreed this year not to get presents for each other's children. Excuse me. I should have a bunch of chocolate. We've decided not to get presents for each other's children anymore either, just because like it's been really stressful. I'm far away as well. Like my whole family's in Indiana, so I'd have to ship things because this year I'm not going. I guess Amazon does the work for you, but for a while there, my sisters and I were just like, because like it gets really expensive. It gets really expensive when you have to buy gifts for like your parents, your siblings. Like some people buy stuff for like their aunts, uncles, cousins. Like I don't even know how. Like my son's dad will get presents for every single person that's alive in his family, and it's not a huge family, but I'm like, dude, how do you even know what those people like at this point? And so for a couple of years, my sisters and I just did an ornament exchange. There's 4 of us, so we would like draw straws or whatever, and then like exchange. Like we each would pick out an ornament, like knowing like, oh, this sister might like this, and whatever. And that's pretty special. And then you're only spending like what, like maybe $10, like depending if you get like I would always get one that would be like from a special boutique shop when we lived in like Idaho, or here's a Washington ornament or whatever, and like send it. And I was like, okay, good. Like that sister hasn't gotten an Idaho ornament yet, just because like I live far away. But beyond that, like I don't know, Christmas can be pretty stressful. And then we also have the whole Christmas can be very painful. If you're coming from a family that's not healthy, if you have abusive parents, if you are stuck in an abusive relationship or healing from that. Last year was very, like, I felt very liberated at Christmas time, but it also was hard because it was my first Christmas without my abuser around. And in fact, just 2 weeks ago, my podcast episode was about holidays with an abusive person and what that can be like. So I see a lot of people talking about that lately. There's the whole, like, if you are dating an abusive person or married to an abusive person, or even if you have an abusive parent or sibling, a lot of times they will absolutely destroy the holiday for you. They will make it miserable. They'll start a fight with you, like right before you go to an event. They'll cancel the event. They'll devalue you, call you names, do whatever they can to like make you miserable that day. But they can also, on the flip side, really behave, I'll say, be really kind, get really like thoughtful presents for you, for your kids, for your family members, like whatever. And that has a purpose too. Like it's all calculated and there's a reason behind it. So yeah, if you're interested in learning about that, if you're struggling with being around an abusive person during the holidays, definitely check out my podcast is called It's Not All Rainbows. It's on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all that good stuff. And yeah, what else? Do you take music recommendations? I do. I'm pretty open about music, but I'm also really picky about it. So I can't promise that I will like it or like continue to listen to it. But yeah, if you've got something that you're thinking I might like, send it my way. Great smile, just saying. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I'm pretty happy these days. Would love for you to check out my new song. That's all. Oh yeah, for sure. What is it? Hex Code by S2 Art. Great seeing you. Hi, Carrie. How are you? Nice seeing you too. Oh. Yeah, okay, sorry. I forgot what I was going to do. Is it on like YouTube or where can I find it? Oh, Stuart. I love that. I was like S2 Art. Stuart, that's really clever. I like that. That makes a lot of sense. All right. What kind of music is it? I'm good. Thought I'd pop on and say hi. Well, I'm glad you did. Yeah, music video on YouTube and also Spotify and Apple Music and everything too. Hip hop, but also pop. Interesting. Let me see. I haven't found it yet. Goodness, I am tired. I walked around in the rain all day. I'm currently in Copenhagen, and today was my second to last day. Tomorrow's my last day. And it's been unseasonably cold here, which I kind of wasn't prepared for. I knew it was going to be cold. I'm here very far north in the winter time, and so I was like, it's gonna be cold. And all the locals are like, this is like the coldest it's ever been. And I'm like, okay, cool. And right as I'm getting ready to leave, it's warmed up a little bit, but it started raining. So I was a little bummed about the rain, but I went out anyway and walked around. I live in Washington State, so it's like it's always raining, and it's one of those places where like if you stay inside because of the weather, you just won't ever go outside. You won't ever do anything. So I walked around in the rain all day. That's why my hair just looks okay. Who am I kidding? My hair always looks like this, but it was really fun. But I am very tired. I am very tired. Definitely going to sleep well tonight. I have not found the song yet. Oh, wait. Oh, that's because I spelled it wrong. What? I don't understand what my computer is doing. My computer is acting very weird. Okay. I don't really see any of like my regulars in here right now. I don't see anybody who's like, okay, is anyone here like somebody who kind of like knows what's going on here? Or are you all just like popping on as you're scrolling? Because there's some things that I could talk about, but I don't want to talk about it if no one's like in here who actually knows what I'm about. Oh, I already like it. I love this vibe. I love it. Where are you from? Pop on us scrolling, but I'm down to listen and support. Well, thank you. Hi. Tell me about yourself. Tell me where y'all are from. Tell me what you're up to. Virginia. Oh, thank you. From Indiana, but live in LA now. I'm also from Indiana. Don't live there anymore either. I live in Washington State, which I mentioned a couple minutes ago, but I like this. I like this vibe a lot. I love the video. It's so fun. Michigan and trying to get back to the PNW. Wait, is this all you? Wait, there's two people. Okay. Which one's you? I like all the balloons. I'm the tall one with purple hair. Okay, I thought so, but then there was another person. So I was like, wait. Okay, so Michigan and trying to get back to PW. So are you originally from the PW and somehow you ended up in Michigan? You just said you're new here, but I feel like I know someone else who comes on TikTok and has it. Oh, okay, that's a nice. Hey, Jersey here. Welcome in. Hi, welcome in. How's everybody doing? Kind of talked when I first started. We talked about Christmas coming up, 7 days left. I'm ahead of all of you because you're all right now in the US. It's 6 p.m. where I'm at right now. And so I'm almost down to 6 days. But how are you all feeling about Christmas coming up? Are you ready for it? Are you excited for it? Are you stressed out? Are you sad? Like, are the holidays like hard for you? I really like that video. Thank you so much for sharing that with me. I like the video and I like the vibe. I'll share it on my Instagram because oh, nice. Minnesota here. Welcome in. There's also a lot more music online and on the way. I'll DM you if you'd like it. Sure. I hate being sick. Oh no, I hope you feel better. You still planning on traveling to Greece? As of now, yes. I just had a meeting with the company who sort of like invited me to do it. I'm not special. They do it with like a lot of creators. I was gonna say influencers, but I hate that word. I don't feel like I influence anyone, or at least I hope I don't. I hope I like inspire and educate people. Influence just feels yucky to me. But I don't think it's gonna work out because I have to sell at least 10 spots to get it going. And I just like haven't really been selling it. I have an issue with marketing. Marketing is like by far my weakest point in my entire life. I don't like to ask people to spend money. I really don't. If you want to go to Greece with me, you have to spend money. And I don't like it. It feels yucky. So I don't talk about it very much. I don't know if I can find 10 people in the next, I think I only have like 2 months or so to fill the trip. And I don't know. So kind of bummed about that. Partially my fault. It's partially because my Instagram followers were sent like I'm gonna blame it on them. This was when I had like 40,000 followers on Instagram, and they filled out like a survey about like what price point they wanted, where they wanted to go, what they wanted to do, and they chose like a really high price point. And then when it came out, when they like the company selected, they were like, okay, this is what lines up with what your followers voted for. Everyone's like, that's too expensive. I'm like, y'all voted for this. But now I have 106,000 followers, so there should be more people who might want to go to Greece with me and hang out and do all that stuff. But again, it's kind of pricey. So I'm really disappointed about that because I wish that like a more affordable trip would have been chosen. Um, but yeah, it's tough. I don't know. And I'm like a different kind of content creator. Like I think a lot of people that do go on the trips with this company, like the people are travel accounts. And if you follow me on Instagram, I'm kind of a travel account. I'm like a person, like on Instagram, I'm just like a lifestyle person. And I do talk about abuse as well. However, TikTok is like, I'm like nailed into that niche, which is kind of hard because I just want to be a person who also talks about abuse, and algorithms do not allow that. COVID family things so moved back was the right call, but damn, I miss the mountains and the oceans. Yeah, I bet. I'm in Michigan too, not too excited about Christmas. I'm sorry. I'm ready, stressed a little, second year free, um, but I'm on it and making memories with my kids. Good job. Also, my second year free. This is going to be our second free Christmas, and I'm excited. Like I said, I'm in Copenhagen right now. I'm wrapping up this trip, and I'll be back a couple days before Christmas, and I'll be with my kiddos. So I'm really excited to like. Uh-oh. I'm really excited to have Christmas with him. Hi, Tiffany. I don't know if you're still here. How's it going? It's good to say I have 10 spots left for the dopest, fun, open-minded adventures. Yeah, I know. I need to market. I did agree, like, again, when I had a meeting with this company, they're like, "Do you still want to do this?" I was like, "Yeah, what do I need to do?" Because again, I just like suck at it. And she was like, "Make one video a week talking about it." And like if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But definitely, I need to make a couple things like that. And I think it would be really awesome. I want to like the reason why I'm doing it is because or I want to do it is because I want to have like a safe space for people to travel, like a safe, accepting place for, survivors of abuse, whatever kind of abuse that might be, queer folks like myself. I guess one of the other things is like single moms or single parents or people who might not otherwise travel, because I have found a lot of times, like just in general, moms are sort of shamed for taking time to themselves. Moms are shamed for like wanting to, go do a little weekend trip with friends or alone or whatever. It's like, well, like, oh, how old is your kid? Like, how are you leaving your kid? Whatever. And I really want to show people that it's okay and you can do that. Lindsay, I haven't seen you in such a long time. Hope all is well in your world. Hi. Yes, I know. I miss seeing you and all your stuff as well. I don't go live very often. But yeah, everything is good right now. So thank you so much. And I hope all is well with you. I know it was rough there for a little bit, but I hope that things are getting a little easier for you. Couldn't you just decide a cheaper price point? As the host guy can do the final call? I can't. They go by what the people selected because they have like prepaid trips or like preset trips. So it's like, these are the Greece trips, these are the Costa Rica trips, these are like the whatever. And this actually really sucks too. I came on once I was getting the feedback from people and like after it was all set and they were like, I want to go, but I can't afford that right now. And I'm like, I get it. So I had another meeting with the company. I was like, I want to do a cheaper one. What was like the second thing that might be cheaper, that because they're like 2 or 3, like these are your top 3. So we're like, let's do Costa Rica. Let's do it in March. Maybe I should have like chosen to do it later in 2023. But like we set up the March 2023 trip and they had my name wrong. And it was my married name, like my ex-husband's name. And I was like, I don't feel safe with this because people could search for me. Like, and because of like what I talk about, like one, that's not my name anymore. That's not who I am. And 2, like, well, now people can look for like my family and all that stuff. And I was like, I can't share this link because that's like whatever. Like, I'm here talking about some rough stuff. Like, I don't need people trying to find me. So I never shared it. And I just like, and I tried to get through the company. I was like, I can't share this. Can you fix it? And they like fixed it on the website, but didn't. And I don't even know how they got that name. I was like, what's going on here? So it was an interesting journey. And I met with them again. I was like, we got to cancel it. Like, there's no way I'm going to be able to fill this trip. So yeah, I mean, I can't unfortunately just be like, yeah, change the price point, but I wish I could. Make this video. Yes, I will. I am not good at making content that is planned. Like, I have a list of things in my phone and it's much harder for me to make it. Once I put on the list that I need to do it, I have no motivation to do it. Whenever I make content, it's like spur of the moment. Like, I hear an audio that I'm like, oh my gosh, that inspired me. And I'll make it like in that moment. Or I'll think of something that I want to talk about and I'll just be like, I got to talk about this right now. And I make it in that moment. Well, like 99.9% of my content is spur of the moment. It's very hard. And that's why I stopped doing a blog as well. Because for a while I would record my podcast, maybe make a couple videos about it if I felt like talking about it. And then I would write on my blog. But then the blog became really difficult for me. It's like, well, now I have to write about trauma bonds because I just made my podcast about that. And like, that's how that's how I would like it to be. But I like, my brain, unfortunately, like attacks itself. Like, oh, you have to do this now, which I don't. Like, no one is telling me I have to do anything. Like, I'm doing this all for free for the most part. And, it's like, I'm putting my time in to do that. And whenever I've taken breaks, like about a month ago, I was like, I'm about to have a nervous breakdown. And I came on Instagram and I was like, I'm taking a break. I'm just not going to talk about this for a little bit. I'll be back when I'm back. And every single person who commented on that, it was like Instagram story announcement was like, take all the time you need. You don't owe anyone anything. You've done so much. You're okay. Take care of yourself. You can't take care of anyone else if you can't take care of you. But it really is like, it has to pretty spur of the moment for me. Because otherwise, for me, it feels like a trap. If you know the Enneagram, I'm an Enneagram 7. Not a planner. Like, I came to Copenhagen on a whim and I booked my lodging, but I ended up changing it pretty close to time of the trip. And I didn't plan anything. I had like very small list of things. Like, I want to go to a pole class in Copenhagen. I want to go to a boxing class in Copenhagen. I want to go to bookstores in Copenhagen, but it wasn't like Monday, go to this castle and go do that. Tuesday. I'm not a planner. Anyway, I'm babbling here. I've started to say I got childcare. I used to travel before my ex, getting back into it. Same. I used to travel so much before I met my son's dad. And then before I had my son, obviously, like, my life changed a lot and it wasn't like anyone's fault or anyone's like, I don't like to say anyone's fault like that. I think that as a society, we're so obsessed with like blaming, like we have to have a reason why everything happened and whatnot. And then COVID hit and all that stuff. And so travel for me has been really empowering, which is another reason why I want to host trips, because eventually I would like to be more of a travel creator who is still on this healing journey and less about like constantly educating about abuse and stuff like that. Although I am a certified trauma recovery coach, and I do want to continue offering those services to people who need help and education and all that stuff. But I would like to, like the other day on Instagram, and I didn't post it here because again, TikTok is absolutely going to tell me, no, thank you. Nobody cares about this. But I made a video of me trying salted black licorice because one of my followers on Instagram was like, you should try that. It's a very like Swedish thing because I was in Sweden as well. Again, unplanned, completely unplanned. I just like went and did it. And it was really good. People really liked it. And so, yeah, just like, I just want to be able to do little things like that and be like, this is fun. Because yeah, traveling, I think traveling is really healing if you like traveling. Some people obviously it really stresses them out, but for me it's really healing, and I don't know, it really just brings me a lot of joy. So yes, very, very good job. Hi from Philly. Hello. Okay, so what about set up a trip for moms on Father's Day? You ever want a working sesh? I'm down. You hit my 3 things: queer, mom sport, healing trauma. Oh, hey. Perfect. We're on the same page here. Like literally, most people don't check all the boxes that I don't like to say boxes, but hello. Finally got to join one of your lives. I hope you are well. Thank you, Samantha. Welcome in. Have you ever traveled to Canada? Yes. So I live in the PNW. I live in Washington, not too far south of the border. So I like to go to Vancouver. I would like to explore like BC a little bit more while I still live there. I don't know how much longer I'll live in Washington. I have no idea what I'm doing with my life. Does anybody? But yeah, I do really enjoy going to Canada, even though it is very similar to the States in a lot of ways. For me, it feels like freeing to like use my passport and drive across the border and just like switch it up a little bit. I really like that. So if I'm in a time where I'm not gonna hop on a plane and go to another country for a little while, I'm going to Canada. Thanks again for playing my song. Just DM'd you on Instagram. Is that the best way to contact? Absolutely. There is a super tattooist there too. Wait, where? I think I missed something. In Greece? Are you still talking about Greece? Sorry, I just feel like I might have missed something. Time to jump to work meeting. Sincere offer to support. Thank you. I really appreciate that. DM me and we can talk about it. I don't know what we can come up with, but I'm down. Might be a little bit. Might be January though. Pretty much everything that I'm talking to people about, like working on, I'm like, let's talk about it in January because crazy times right now. All right, I think I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm gonna chill a little bit, and then I'm going to pole class. So excited about that, and then I'm gonna go to sleep because I am tired. So thank you all for hanging out. Today's Monday. Okay, I don't have any announcements. I will see you all later.